cues and things like that. So it's been good. Really been smooth. We'll be a month on Thursday. So
a month
crazy
on
Thursday. The time flies by. Like
man,
flies by.
These babies do not stay. They do not stay babies, bro.
No, at all. I looked at a picture on my phone of I think it was 2 weeks ago, and then looking at what she looked like today, that's a whole different child.
Bro,
like face is completely different.
But the crazy part, bro, is that no matter how old she gets, she always gonna look like a baby to you.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what my mom said. She was like, as big as you are, you a whole grown man, all this beard and everything. You look like my little boy. And I'm like, I didn't understand that till about 3 weeks ago.
Bro, it's always gonna be like that. Like I still see the ultrasound. I look at my baby like forehead and all this. Like I still see the ultrasound. It's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild. Let's see. So we're gonna go here.
Yeah, Chris didn't answer.
Chris ain't answer. Don't tell me the lights was too bright.
Hey man, it's game 7 sometimes. People they don't want to go out there when
game 7. It's game 7. It's game 7. Who in game 7?
Nobody
right now.
The Warriors were. The Warriors were.
Shout out to the Golden State Warriors. I got to give them their respect for being champions and winning their series. Sacramento let me down. So I did.
It is Sacramento though.
Light the beam.
Light the man. Steph was cold for that. Steph was real cold for that one.
Yeah. But I don't know.
LeBron finna quiet all that down.
I hope.
Good now. It's over now. It's over.
LeBron is 6.
I hope. Wait, Lakers are 6.
That's what I said.
LeBron is 6.
I said that's what you want.
That's what I don't like. That's why I don't like. Y'all be making. See, I'll be trying. But y'all be making me not like LeBron when y'all do stuff like that.
I told you, I'm never gonna be a Laker fan. I just want them to do good while LeBron is there.
So you're a Lakers fan?
No,
you're pulling for the Lakers.
A Lakers supporter currently because LeBron is on the team.
That's a Laker fan, Nate.
Yeah,
no,
that's called a Laker fan. Actually, we just described a Laker fan. That's like 75%. That's 75%.
If Shaq never left, I'd probably be a Lakers fan.
If LeBron scores 80, if LeBron scores 80 and they lose, you're not happy. So you're a Laker fan. You want them to win.
I'm a Lakers supporter because that gets LeBron closer to
a Lakers supporter. Well, all right. I guess. I mean,
if LeBron scored 80, I ain't gonna trip. Be like, dang, he probably should have did more. But
bro, you a closet Laker fan?
No, I'm an open LeBron fan. If LeBron played for the Orlando Magic, I want them to go to the finals. I hope that never happens.
Yeah, I hope
that's like somebody watching a podcast because they like you and saying they not
okay with that.
And saying they not a be alike. It's like you are a fan of be alike. You watch it, you want to be alike. Like it's like
maybe they're a fan of me and that brings them to be alike. However, I'm not a Lakers fan. So
got you. Well,
he's not a Lakers fan.
He's not.
I'll give you a better one. I was never, ever even a Cowboys supporter, but Zeke is one of my favorite running backs out of Ohio State. So I always wanted Zeke to ball.
But you didn't want the Cowboys to win. You didn't want the Cowboys to win. You want the Lakers to win.
But that's because Bron needed another ring. Zeke didn't need a ring.
What?
Well,
it is what it is.
I guess it is what it is. I mean, I'll let LeBron fans make it. Y'all different. Like true LeBron fans are different. Y'all different. So,
but see, I have a reason to be a LeBron fan. It starts with Kelvin Cato, and I can go through the whole saga of my disappointment. But ultimately, it's the Houston Rockets letting me down and forcing me to cheer for one player.
Why did you say his name?
I wasn't going to cheer for a Shane Battier-led team.
Why did you say his name? You know,
hey, Shane Battier. Shane Battier, if you want to be on the podcast, we are definitely letting you go.
Not Shane Battier. Not Shane Battier. Kelvin Cato. Why did you say his name?
Cato?
Because that's where my hate started. that's where not even hate. I don't hate the Rockets. I'm still a Rocket fan. I'm a Rocket fan. I'm just a Houston sports disappointed person. So I've moved around.
Kato, we still want our money back.
Still to this day.
He stole. All right, so Be Like Podcast mission statement. Let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, mentorship for mindset development, career ascension, education, and leadership cultivation. Our DNA is authentic, positive. We respect all sex, race, religion, political views, and preference. And we like to have a great sense of humor, like to be funny. And we are one down. But it's all good though, because he is here in spirit.
Shout out to Deacon DeMarcus.
Shout out to the Deacon.
Lift and go.
Deacon.
He go lift your spirit so you can go deeper with the Lord.
Amen. Oh, all right now.
All right, stop playing for this to get struck down.
Hey, welcome back to the Be Like Podcast. It's your boy K Sloan here with the homies.
Jay Jones.
Jay Jones.
It's H-Town, but go Philly Bulldogs. It's Nate G.
Yeah. And we in here. We back. We better.
You an East Coast brother. You an East Coast brother.
Nate.
All your teams on the East.
East Coast brother.
Yeah.
Low-key, a lot of my sports affiliations do follow on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah, because you a big Philly fan.
I don't like East Coast. Look, I ain't gonna sound like East Coast people. That's wrong.
They're different.
Philly, Buckeye.
They different.
Still a Red Sox fan. I'm a Red Sox fan, but really, I'm always an Astro fan at heart. It just kind of screwed me up with the Astros going to the AL. But I'd be happy for the Astros. Like,
Nate, you comfortable with being a fan of multiple teams.
But I'm happy for the Astros. I'm happy for the city.
That boy Nate got a lot of teams.
No, that's my entertainment in the world, period. And my teams ain't like the Bears, so
that was you know what? I'll take that because I feel like what we've been doing in the front office, because I have been paying attention, is we've been making moves now. We've been making moves. So I don't know what that means, but we trying. And I'm okay with that.
I think y'all had a good offseason.
I think we've been making moves. Why you
I
making that?
Who y'all drafted? Who did y'all draft?
They got y'all tackle, huh? No, they ain't get y'all tackle.
No, you went to Arizona.
Yeah.
We got a D tackle in the first round.
A who?
A D tackle. He's like 6'3". No.
The kid from Pittsburgh?
No, they didn't get a D tackle.
Bro.
I don't know. That's the Bears. Nobody knows. I know they got Roshan Johnson. They got Roshan Johnson from Texas, the running back. So I'm cool with that.
We got hold up. Don't hold up. Don't try to do my Bears.
I thought they got an offensive tackle to protect Justin.
No, we got a defensive tackle, big boy, 6'3".
What's his name?
Look, hold up. I'm pulling it up now.
Okay.
In the first round?
Oh, no. We got Darnell Wright. Excuse me. Darnell Wright, offensive tackle.
Offensive tackle.
Oh, okay.
Then we got D lineman though, Jervon Dexter from Florida. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Florida boys. Got corner Tyreek Stevenson from Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Roshan.
Zach Pickens from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Then Rashawn Johnson from Texas. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, stop sleeping on the front office of the Chicago Bears. Bears. We waking up.
What? Y'all ain't even comfortable to sleep on.
Yeah, I better wake up, bro. This year we coming like next.
8-9.
Next.
8-9.
8-9. Oh, that's crazy.
That's real generous.
With Justin Fields, with a mature Justin Fields, I think not, sir. We going to the playoffs. Stop playing with us. Yeah. Eagles, y'all on the way back. Y'all backwards. Cowboys, y'all on the way backwards.
We were in the Super Bowl last year.
That's all right.
And we just drafted 2 more national champions.
That's fine. I'm fine with that. Y'all on the way back.
3 more. We got Keely too.
I'm not tripping on none of that. So, with that being said, y'all brothers, how y'all living though? How y'all living?
Living good, living great.
Yeah. Brothers look like your beards is all moisturized, like we were.
Hey, real talk. another sponsorship opportunity. It's not even my company, although the company is named Golden Grooming Care, Golden Beard Care. They got a great product. So I actually get at me, sponsor me. I'm the one with the nice beard here. So
dang, I need the NIL deal.
You need the NIL deal. Hey, real talking with the sponsors, talk while we already going with that, man. Shout out to Variation of Control. They have sponsored the podcast. This is a training facility in the area, a training group in the area, I should say. Business is doing great business, great basketball players, building up these individuals from a young age up until, college age, student athletes doing an amazing job. So shout out to Variation of Control. And man, I think we can go ahead and get into this very special segment of Cap or No Cap real quick. I know it's been a while, but I got to ask y'all brothers, and I wish the Marcus was here, but it's cool. Cap or no cap, bro. So I was listening to this conversation about should men have to pay for the first date, right? And I know you guys are, what I'm saying? I kind of know how y'all think a little bit based on how I think, but I was listening to the conversation like this, right? So what they were saying on this conversation was that this guy took this girl out and the girl asked him to go out. So because the girl asked him to go out, when the ticket came, he asked her if she wanted to go 50-50, right? Yeah. And he asked her, to which she said, yeah, but then she didn't date him anymore after that. You know what I'm saying? She blasted him on this radio show. And my thing is, I want to lobby this up to the fellas, man, is not paying for the first date. Is that some sucker-ish? Is that cap or no cap?
That's no cap. That's you supposed to, bro. Like in that situation, she asked you out. Okay, like I'll entertain it and say she asked you out, so maybe you can have an idea, but you know what it is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what it is. It's an audition. Maybe she asked you to audition for the spot, but it's still an audition. Like, so come correct, bro. Like, and it's like we talk about, it's knowing your situation. If your pockets ain't right, turn it down sometimes, dog. Like, it's okay. Yeah. It's okay, but you got to pass that first audition. But it can be a thing. I like what Ocho be doing. Bring the Uno cards. If you want to make it a deal of maybe I'm not gonna pay, make it some kind of little competition. He bring the Uno cards, and it's like, okay, whoever lose, you pay. Like that's fun. And that's not just an instant. I'm putting it on you, right? But if it's just let's 50-50 this thing. Come on, bro. You know that ain't what she wanted.
Yeah. What you think?
No, I'm with Nate. I agree. Now I'm gonna say that I know some women that go on dates and don't like to do it. They just gonna get some free food.
But that's sorry though. That's sorry. Y'all gotta
know that is. I'm just saying that this generation read the room or know what you're getting yourself into. Like if you with a girl that you kind of feel like she just kind of playing with you, don't go with. I still say you pay, but if you feel like a woman is not there to have fun and not for a real date, just don't go on the date. Don't go. But because I do believe in paying, but I'm saying like, I'm asking y'all a question. Is there a certain number that you don't hit? Like, is the first date gonna be a steakhouse? Or
it might be Saltgrass, it ain't gonna be Ruth Chris.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be Ruth Chris.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, that's what I agree. That's what I'm saying. I'm paying, but I'm saying I'm not Ruth Chris because I don't really know you like that. I'm trying to get to know you. You get to Ruth Chris when we get to know each other. But first day, we're not going to Ruth Chris. That's what I'm saying. So I'm paying, but it ain't gonna be Ruth Chris. That's my answer.
And I'd say it's no cap to that. The man should take care of the funds on the first date. And I think that, like you said, Jarrell, you got to figure out, what you working with when it comes into a first date. Because I'm not going to take you somewhere where I cannot afford the bill. It's running up on $150, and I'm like, dog, we supposed to go to the movies tonight. Like, nah, we not doing that. I don't. That's why it's so hard, bro. It's hard dating, bro. So I feel, you know what I'm saying? It's like, shout out to y'all. Y'all locked them down. That's how y'all did it, man. Make sure you pay on that first day because it's wild.
I'm gonna say this too. Women appreciate if the first date is like a picnic or the dude being creative, or if the first date is like Saltgrass. Appreciate that because he probably just testing his, you know what I'm saying? He testing, it's a test both ways. So don't think that just because the first date is Saltgrass or a picnic or something like that. Don't discredit or don't kick him out. You know, don't kick him out.
But
Don't
Jay
say
Jones,
he broke.
you be seeing them pictures though, and they be having the food with nobody on the other side though, bro. You know they trying to get them pictures in, man. That's what be going on out here, bro. They be trying to get that linguine. That you trying to get that linguine. They trying to get that linguine. They trying to have that little.
They trying to get that filet mignon.
That filet mignon. Get the picture. Not even eat now. Take it home, bro. Like it be wild out here. But I feel, man, I ain't finna get finessed out my cash on the first date. That's not happening. We not doing that. We gonna have
you might not get that call back. You spend that $300 and don't get that call the next day.
Boy, you be sick. You be in there just thinking about yourself like that. This is what it's come to. This is where we at.
Go hit that. I like to dispute this charge. I lost my card earlier. I lost my card and my mind. I thought I had a chance.
Last time I seen it was Texas Roadhouse at about 8:00 p.m. yesterday.
Yeah, somebody had to pick it up. They spent about $300.
Nah, for real. But I just wanted to get into that real quick. I thought it was funny. But
hey, while we on cap or no cap, I feel like I know y'all answer. I was told to ask y'all about this earlier, and I wish the Marcus was here too. Have y'all seen this show called Seeking Brother Husband?
I have. I saw the preview and then I was like, this can't be real. And I watched the episode, a couple episodes, and I was like, these dudes actually
what they doing?
They real different, bro.
They different. It's a wife with two husbands, and they live in the same house, and she sleep with one, and then go sleep with the other one, and or she sleep with one more majority of the time, and the other one get the leftovers, I should say.
Speak your mind, Sloan.
And then they go get more. It ain't just two. Sometimes they be like, "Oh, I got two now, I'm ready for a new one."
They just made me watch the episode. They just made me watch it before we got on here. She got two, and she told the new dude, like one dude been there for 16 years, one been there for 10, and she told the new cat, the 10-year, well, I want to get another bedroom. Let's go and spend more bread and get a bigger place so I can bring another dude to the crib and he can have his own spot. And I'm like, bro, if this ain't the coldest pimping woman I done seen on one hand, but y'all are some different kind of dudes. Like that, I ain't knocking it because everybody live their own life. But boy,
not my style.
I just feel like that's not a natural occurrence. Like that's not a natural thing to have all this testosterone.
I'm gonna say this. It wasn't no testosterone in that house. Not a drop.
And that's the way it works.
On all the people I seen on there, the testosterone meter was at like 3. It wasn't moving the needle.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Yeah, that's the only way it works. That's the only way it works because it's not. Yeah. Anyway, wow. Yeah. I don't know what to say about that one. But you know what though? To each his own.
If they happy,
if y'all happy, man, it couldn't be me. But if y'all happy, hey, but, you know, talking about that, man. You know, we like to have a good time, but I wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, I guess a pain segment. Going back to pain, we ain't talked about pain in a little bit. And, you know, that's where I feel like this podcast was originated from, just helping pain and souls, people going through dark places. How do we do this, right? So I want to know the recycling of pain and kind of taking that into a different route in regards to, like, you know, like we talked about with survivor's remorse. How do we deal with pain in private? Because I think a lot of times us as men, it's not, you know, you don't see dudes just crying out here. Like it's not a common thing to see people have that cathartic experience that are of the male sex, or you don't see guys out here just usually you don't see. I'm not gonna say it's not happening because people are on Facebook crying about what's going on in their life and things like that, but you just don't see a lot of expression of, you know, getting it off your chest. Like, man, I'm going through this, you know, having that space to kind of express yourself and just be active in your own healing. Like, how are y'all personally kind of navigating that space? And what have you seen work? Because I mean, we gotta be able to recycle pain no matter what our process is. So what's working for y'all? And I would say this to the audience first. With my pain, I think I've had to learn that it's an individual experience, almost like, you know, when they say how spirituality works, like how when you be spiritual and you learn in your relationship with God, it's between you and God. You know what I'm saying? And that journey, you may be on a certain point of that journey and somebody may be somewhere else and y'all may be close, but you got to kind of focus yourself on your journey. And I see this pain the same way. Like trauma I've been through, like people I miss, you know, lives that have been lost, like my family members behind the bars, like being able to take my pain and say it's okay that I'm hurting and this is just where I'm at right now in this season has been one of the most important things I've been able to do for myself mentally, is just being okay with where I'm currently at. And then that makes me able to talk about it with others. Because I think for me, it used to be like, don't you dare speak on something that still hurts me. Or don't you dare try to poke at, you know, seeing if I'm okay when I'm still hurting. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I immediately went in defense mode because I was trying to protect myself from not either crying or getting mad, you know, something. I didn't want to show nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, I will fight you before I show. You know what I'm saying? So like how have y'all kind of developed in that, you know what I'm saying, just dealing with things, like making it through things?
For me, I say really, I try to always keep in mind that old saying that really what doesn't kill you make you stronger. And from a sense of it really didn't kill you. So the only way to get through it is to get through it. I think it's, you know, whether you cry about it, you know, you sit by yourself, you think on it, like the little things that you actually do to deal with the pain, that's one thing, but you have to actually deal with the pain. Whatever the situation is, whether that's, you know, losing a loved one, having a hard time in your career, whatever it is that's causing you the issue, there's a solution to it. And I've never really believed that you sit there and you wallow in your pain. I think you have to figure out a way and say, okay, you accept it. Number one thing is you accept it. You got to be honest with yourself and say, man, this really sucks. Like, I think I want to take the loved ones, like passing or something like that, out of it, because that's a whole nother process for people. But when life hits you a little bit, it's like, man, this sucked. Like they passed me over for this promotion or whatever it is. That hurts, but it's also a chance to self-reflect, kind of realize, okay, where can I get a little bit better? Or even is this an opportunity to pivot? I think that's one of the things you have to be willing to do and say, I was hit with this obstacle. Now, how do I find my way either through it or around it? But I have to get past it. So, you know, it's always, I think it sounds kind of cliche or whatever to say pain is a motivator, but it should be a motivator because you have to get through it.
No, I feel that. That's 100, Nate. I feel the same way. I have certain people I can talk to. I mean, like y'all, my granddad, my dad, my brother. But like Nate said, it almost motivates me when I lose somebody, or if I lose a job or lose a game. Y'all know me. I'm more of the. It almost makes me. I let it out. I might cry. I might do whatever, and then it's almost like, all right, how can I get better? Like, what can I do to get better now? But the biggest part is, like you said, Kerry, is to let it out, get it out somehow. You can't hold it in. So, and like you said, it's okay to cry, Kerry. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been driving to work. The right song came on, and you know what I'm saying, got teary eyed. So, it's okay to, you know, let it out, to cry, to give it to God, to talk to God. And I try to wake up every morning and thank God for everything, the good and the bad, because I still feel like I'm blessed. So,
you know why?
However your way is,
because that make it real, bro. When you actually let it out, that means you accepted your pain. That means and you got to accept that you're a human, bro. Like it's cool to cry. It's cool to get through it like that because you have to actually acknowledge it for you to move forward. If you hold it in, that's really trying to ignore it, right? So,
yeah, it's like, yeah, that pride will be what try to make you ignore it. And it's like, it made me think about the saying. I heard a saying one time. They talked about how if you get bit by a certain kind of snake, the only real way to heal from that bite is the serum from the poison. Like the actual serum from the poison is what heals you. And it's almost like that pain is the passageway to wherever you want to go. Like the pain is the passageway to love. It's the passageway to real faith. Like you can never really exercise your faith if everything is going good and you're not going through something. That's the only time you can really test it. And you know, that's whenever I'm in I think that's why I actually enjoy going through painful experiences sometimes with groups that I rock with, because it helps us like learn more about what we really riding with. You know what I'm saying? Like what we really got for real. Because as things are good, it's easy to front run like the Memphis Grizzlies. But then when you get when you get behind and you gotta really fight, and it's like, man, we down 3-1. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Who's on this team for real? Like LeBron, you really LeBron James? Because we just seen it time and time again. We look at great players, we base their greatness off of how you look when you down. Like if your team down, okay, like now it sucks, it's painful, but now we get to really test that fortitude and that faith. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I wanted to talk about with that a little bit, and then just kind of pivoting it, if y'all cool with it, talking about what's up?
This is elderberry. I just want people to know this is elderberry.
Elderberry. You taking a shot of it? That's a shot?
Yeah, it's elderberry.
So for those of y'all that don't know, that elderberry is one of the greatest fruits for immunity. So
I just didn't want y'all to think I was taking shots on the podcast now.
No, he taking shots. He taking shots. He turn up that elderberry. Turn up that elderberry. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need some ashwagandha too for your mood and your regulation of your hormones. We got that for you too. So you know what I'm saying? Don't trip. We all about health and wealth on the Be Alive podcast. That's part of the mission statement. But nah. So I kind of want to get into survivor's remorse. And for those of y'all don't know what survivor's remorse is when you have gone through something, right? So like we're talking about, you're going through a hard time. Maybe you've gone through with people close to you, and then boom, casualty of war. You know what I'm saying? Like you lose somebody and they don't make it to where you end up making it to. Or maybe you like one of the few that end up getting out of your situation, getting out of your hood, getting out of that job, going and getting that opportunity. And you know, you enjoy success, but at the same time, you hold something in the back. It's like baggage, which is that pain of, you know, like, man, like I could have been them. Like they should be here, or you know what I'm saying? You almost feel guilty. You feel me? And I've felt some of that at some of the highest points in my life, bro. Like I've had situations where, bro, I've been on a stage accepting an award, or like, you know, been around my daughter, been around my family, and just been like just super happy. But then there was like another side of it where I felt guilty. I was like, dang, somebody else supposed to be here. And it's just like, you know, I want people to know that that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's a normal reaction to traumatic experiences. Like you may go through certain things and lose people, and you may miss them, or you may feel bad about what's going on in your life. But I mean, there's a way through that, and I feel like you have to internalize it and understand what it means. And I mean, can y'all speak on maybe survivor's remorse in y'all's life, if y'all ever dealt with it? I mean, I know y'all dealt with it.
Yeah.
It's another one of them learning things for me, man. It's survivor's remorse is one thing, but I try not to get stuck there. It's survivor's realization and survivors do better, right? Don't put yourself in those situations again, kind of a thing for me. But understanding, I think, if you were actually trying to help somebody out of a situation, you can't save everybody, right? Mm-hmm. People still got to make their own choices in it. So you can't really beat yourself up for being the one who made it out necessarily. And we talk about God and your faith a lot on this. So that's another thing to me is, if we believe everything happens for a reason, you can't really hang yourself up on the remorse part of it, right? That's not what was meant for you. So you made it through because you were supposed to make it through. I think it's a hard thing to accept sometimes that some people's story get cut short, or we deem it to be cut short, but maybe that's just where their story was written to, right? So that's one thing that kind of helps me move past the idea of survivor's remorse. But more than anything, it's like we was talking before we got started on here. Me and Jarrell both did something extraordinarily stupid when we was in college. Like extraordinarily stupid that if my mama would have ever found out about that, and especially if we would have got in trouble for it, it would have been like, you're so far dumb that I don't even know if I should help you on this, right? Yeah. And that's real, but that's why I say it's also the realization. Like, without telling y'all what we did, just know we didn't get in trouble for it. We got back to our apartment. And the crazy thing is we lived together and we chose to separately move to go and do the same dumb thing. So we get back and it both kind of like, we, not saying we were perfect or anything like that, but of everybody that we were around, we ain't really getting no trouble in college. We were, I think everybody would agree, we were some of the smarter ones who was moving the right way, right? This, I can say, is truly one of the dumbest things we've ever done. And that hit us when we got back. Like, what are we doing? We could have just screwed up our entire life, bro. So now it's a thing of why? Why would I move that way? Why would I do something that can make me regret this, right? So it's survivor's realization for me too.
Yeah. Yeah, that what Nate was talking about. I just had a flashback.
Well, recollected, he remembered. He like,
yeah, no, but he's right, because whatever we did, it was stupid. But right when we realized what we did, we both did. Because we college football players, we have scholarships. It's almost like you almost feel invincible sometimes. You almost feel like you can't be touched. And I feel like at that moment we felt for about maybe 30 seconds, maybe to a minute. We almost feel like we couldn't be touched, but
bro, I don't want to cut you, bro. I don't want to cut you, but I gotta ask y'all this question real quick about what you just said. How often, as a player in college, did you feel like you couldn't be touched?
Probably
a lot.
I was about to say a lot, because you're the cool guys at the school. It's almost like even in high school, it's almost like like they say now, like we feel like we was him. We feel like we was them. So it's almost like can nothing happen to us.
I feel like it was necessary though. I feel like that mindset was necessary to survive mentally in the game. Like I think it helped us. And I think
on the field, maybe.
On the field,
that's detrimental though. Because peak the time frame he said, bro, it really was like 30 to 45 seconds. That could have changed the entire trajectory of our lives.
Yeah.
30 seconds, not even a full minute. That could have completely wiped off everything we had worked for.
Yeah.
Right? And now we live in a totally different life because of one stupid decision. So that's that's for me, when I'm always calling people idiots and telling people to do better, it's because you really got to realize sometimes, bro, you are making stupid choices. Yeah. And it don't matter if you think it's quick, if it's fun, that can really come back and bite you. And it can get you in the moment, bro. Like, I mean, we just had the draft, right? Jalen Carter, shout out to the Eagles, shout out Howie Roseman. This dude almost threw away being a first round draft pick potentially because he chose to do something that lasted for a minute or so. You out here racing, you lost a teammate and a staffer on the team because of a quick choice. All right.
But check this out though, Nate. Knowing that society knows this, everybody knows the Jalen Carter story that follows football. Bro, I had football players in my class the other day just talking about racing on the back roads in our city. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why does it? But I feel like when you at that age and when you are used to the adrenaline, it's like you don't hear nothing. Your ears are not working. Like it's like you have to learn through experience so often. Like you have to have that near death, unfortunately, near death or a partner near death. Somebody actually lost, somebody get locked up. It always takes.
I'm about to say, it could be somebody getting locked up too, because like I said, like we were talking about, I had friends that got locked up for drinking and driving. I had friends that get locked up for selling drugs. I had friends that get locked up for a lot of things. And that's why when you say like survivor's remorse, I seen a lot of my friends grew up same schools, everything. And I was the one that I can say one, but I was one of the ones that they were like, "Oh man, you did great." And it's almost like y'all. I feel like we all could have done great, but one bad decision or a couple bad decisions put you in jail. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I do sometimes feel bad about that because it's almost like I grew up with this person. I was at this person's house. I was doing the same thing this person was doing in high school, but I never got caught. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I don't. It's hard for me to judge a lot of people because I feel like a lot of people point the finger at other people for stuff they done. They just never got caught. You know what I'm saying? That's terrible to me because I will never judge somebody. I did the same thing. The police just didn't catch me, or somebody didn't catch me. So I will never judge other people. You know what I'm saying? Because I was a 22-year-old, 21-year-old, like you just said, Kerry, full of adrenaline, Nate not acting crazy, drinking, fighting, whatever we were doing. You know what I'm saying? We just never. The police was never involved with us. So,
bro, I asked to go to jail probably 80% of my college career. Like real bad. I was on some dumb stuff. Like, but until it hits you, it's like, whatever. Even on something simple, bro. I was the first one out of our class. Well, I wasn't the first one. There was a few other ones who didn't make it through a whole freshman year. But when I got put on academic probation, that was like, hey, what are you doing, bro? Like, you have an opportunity to do something better with your life, and you really out here tricking it off, right? You need those kind of wake-up calls. That's what I don't call y'all idiots out of hate and disappointment. I say it out of love for real, because I want you to really wake up and realize you're screwing it up. Don't self-inflict, bro. Don't be the reason that you don't make it, right? Be able to look back and say, you know what? It was the racist system. It was the world. It was just that the cards wasn't in my favor. But don't really look back and say, oh, I did this and it led me to this.
True statement.
And I think another part of it too is like, when you really are gonna change is when it cuts off your oxygen and you gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, either I do this or my water's off. Like, either I do this or I'm finna be in the car sleeping. Like, I remember when I was at Hardin Simmons, bro, and I had that realization of, bro, like, I'm really homeless. Like, I was in my car, I was laying there with my pillow, and I was like, I'm about to sleep in my car tonight because I ain't got nowhere to stay because I didn't have, you know, any Pell Grant money or nothing lined up yet. They wouldn't let me stay in the dorms because I wasn't on the football team. And I just wanted to play football. And I was like, man, I had a full scholarship. I had everything paid for. I was good. And I couldn't go to class and keep my grades. So now I'm laying in my car. Like, I'm asleep outside of the dorms. Like, I can't even go in the dorms. Police watching for me. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it like cut my water off. Like, it was like, I can't keep doing this. I gotta do something different. And I think that's something that, you know, even looking at like my friends, bro, my closest friends, one got shot up like 7 times. One was in jail all throughout high school. Like, we was cool all the way till high school, and then bro just kept getting locked up. And I was like, it's like, even when he got out, I want to hang out. Like, I'd be like, we chilling. Like, it's my dog. Not understanding that there was a reason why we were both going through what we were going through. It's part of our story. And I had to wake up quick because I'm gonna run out of time at some point. You don't go get to play around for so long before God, like, all right, you got to find something totally different now. Like, you had a window, but now you're gonna have to go all the way over there because it's no longer in this area for you because you didn't know what to do with it, you know. So survivor's remorse is real, bro. It'll get to you, but like you said, Nate, I think it's all about that transition. You know what I'm saying? From just that surviving to, you know what I'm saying, just growing and self, what do you call it? Survivor's realization.
Survivor's realization, man. Because you know what? I don't say this to be harsh, but it ain't our job to save people, bro. It's really not. Like, you can feel bad if it's something where, you know, like, you and your partner was out doing something stupid and he got shot and the bullet didn't hit you. I understand, like, man, that could have been me. You feel that kind of remorse for real. But like what Jarrell was saying, we went to the same school. We had some of the same opportunities. You chose that. I didn't, right? Maybe I was choosing it at one point, but I got my mind right. That's really why I go with the realization aspect of it. When you see it, bro, you ain't special. Like, I tell these students this all the time. And I don't be telling them this to knock them down. You're not special, bro. It's 8 billion people in the world. You are not a special person, right? So if it can happen to somebody else, it can happen to you. And when you see, shout out to JT, take the free lesson. That's really the key. When you see it happen to somebody else, realize that could easily be you, and move accordingly.
100%. And kind of moving on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's kind of shift a little bit. Y'all want to talk about the acquisition or the how to slow greed?
I think those can kind of go together.
Okay.
Because like you said, you might get acquired, right?
Yeah.
If you're not greedy, somebody might not be able to buy you.
Okay. Okay. So then let's get into it then. So what I was talking about, what we're talking about a little bit, just to give y'all some context, is we were talking about how to be slow to become greedy, because when you gain things, I think it's a natural thing to want more. Like I think it's not a bad thing to want more. Desire is important, but I think there's a point when you have enough, and you have to be okay with the fact that I have enough now. Because when you know that first and foremost I am enough, then it doesn't allow other people to fill you up. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a dangerous place to be when it takes others to bring gifts, money, words of encouragement, sympathy, something to fill you up that you need, that you empty within, you have a deficit, and then somebody can come and fill it up for you. That's a dangerous place to be. How do you guys personally slow down that greed? Because we all have dealt with success. I think it's important as a successful man or woman to be able to handle success. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get that promotion, when you get those extra viewers, when you get those extra dollars, you know what I'm saying? You get that raise. How do y'all deal with that success and not make it to where it becomes a cocky, overbearing thing, something where you get braggadocious and you want more? I think that's what we talk about, that greed. That greed is just gimme, which I think wanting is good, but that part of it is the dark part. It's just kind of just over indulgence because of just wanting more for whatever reason. Like you have no reason to want more. You know what I'm saying? What's y'all's thoughts on that?
I try to stay humble by remembering where I came from, and remembering whoever helped me get, because you don't do everything by yourself. Usually when you get that promotion, when you get that raise, somebody helped you get there. So my thing is, I try to help the next person get to where I'm at, if they allow me to. You know what I'm saying? I try to see that next hungry person, and I'm like, man, let me get, let me take him under my wing, because I'm not gonna be here forever. I'm gonna try to move up again. Then I want you to take this spot. You know what I'm saying? I want to handpick you to take this spot, because if it's my business, if it's somebody I'm working with, I want the best people. So my thing always, every time I move up, like with my team, every time I talk to them, I'm like, man, I remember. Like if somebody say, hey, I might miss work today, he had throwing up, whoop, whoop, I remember calling him, and I remember being sick. Hey, call me when, if you have PTO or whatever, call me when stuff get better, keep me updated. I think people who get that greedy, that look at me, they almost forget that was them back, just 2, 3, 4, whatever months ago. That was you sitting in that chair wanting to get to that spot. So I always try to wake up, remember that God gave me these gifts, and then remember where I came from. So it keeps me humble.
That's the key. That's really the key. And the only thing I add to that is truly remember the grind that it took. Like, you got a promotion, cool. Just because you got moved up to manager don't mean you're instantly going to be the regional manager or something, bro. Remember the grind that it took to get there. So be willing to do it again, right? Once you hit a new plateau, you grind again to get to the next one. So, I mean, like you said, wanting is cool. Like, you should have things that's going to drive you, but it's not given to you. You have to always be willing to work.
Yeah. And I think there's always somebody willing to outwork you mentally. I think that's something I keep in my mind. It's like in any situation, I always believe there's somebody out there that's a little bit hungrier than me for whatever reason, and I have to find a way to get to that point. in regards to like just the process itself. Not necessarily the gaining of whatever we're trying to gain, just kind of cementing yourself in like the day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? Like the day-to-day, like that gets me humble quicker than anything else. Like picking up trash off the ground in my workplace. You know what I'm saying? Like saying hello to the custodians, you know what I'm saying? Shaking the hands of the children, stuff like that. Like it's a very grounding situation to be in because it's like, bro, like you said, Drill, I've been you. I have been you. I can be you. Like I can literally turn into you in any given moment. It just takes one situation. And I think some people don't feel that way because entitlement. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel like you're entitled. You feel like because I've done so much, I'm supposed to have some of these things. I'm supposed to keep gaining, but you're not though. I mean, there's really nothing that guarantees your success. Like there's nothing like you can really work harder than everybody in the organization and still get nothing and close out with nothing, bro. Like it's not even about that. It's about the process of learning from getting nothing, from giving it everything. I think that might tell you it's time to get a new job. You know what I'm saying? Like so I think like Nate, you said something like that a minute ago. Like these are not losses. Like it's almost like science. Like when they be talking about how science is the study of man's study of nature, right? Or something like that. And it's like you just try out different hypotheses and you see what works. And if it works, you take the results and you reproduce. And that's just it. Like you can't lose. Only losing when you expecting the results without putting in the work. Now you got the formulas all wrong. And now you sitting here getting mad at God, getting mad at your friends, getting mad at your girl. Like, bro, take accountability. Like, look at what you've been doing and just cement yourself in the work. And I feel like that kind of resolves that greed thing.
Facts. And remember, you can lose it way faster than you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Way faster, bro. Just because somebody might not like the way that you're moving, you might be out here a little bit too greedy and somebody might want to take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely wants to take it from you. If you got anything of value, somebody's coming to take it. Like that's just how it works. Like, and I think that's part of the reason why people be greedy as well. It's like you think that this is sweet, huh? Like you think you just gonna have all of this and nobody want it. Like, bro, it's not yours. Currency is currently passing hands. That's all it's doing. It's just moving. But then so okay, boom. Let's talk money then I guess a little bit. So I've been watching the stocks and seeing what's going on with the banks, man. And so the banks collapsed, as everybody knows. You know, got multiple regional banks collapsing. Silicon Valley, who's been giving out these big venture capital funds and stuff like that, they not giving out money like they have been. And what happened today was First Republic Bank was acquired by JP Morgan, which pretty much means First Republic, they fell flat, ran out of cash, right? JP Morgan picked it up. They went into the FDIC, gotten, regulation law stuff, and then JP Morgan bought them out. And my thing is to kind of bring this to the real life application for us. Are we getting low on ourselves, getting low on our skills, getting low on our belief in self-esteem, getting low on our relationships and being bought out? You know what I'm saying? Are we being acquired? Which is what this is called, an acquisition. Are people being acquired out here in the world when they're in low places? Because, I think the most vulnerable person is somebody that's poor, you know what I'm saying, in economic struggle, because you'll do anything for a little bit to be comfortable, like, you know what I'm saying, just to live. Like you got 4 kids, you got a job that's not paying the bills, like you more susceptible to be a drug addict or a drug dealer, more susceptible to be a, you know what I'm saying, somebody living on the streets, working on the streets, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, can we speak to that a little bit? Like, how do y'all feel like that concept plays a role in America today? You know what I'm saying? Based on what y'all seen, Jarrell, you work with mental health field where you got a lot of people that's, vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? And some people that's really strong and we don't know that they vulnerable. And then Nate, you dealing with the kids like myself. I mean, we see it as well. So what's y'all's thoughts on this, man?
So yeah, with the population I work with, I would say that $100 is like $1 million, to tell you the truth. So like you said, drugs or they sell anything, man. like they the medicine that we help them, we take them to the psychiatrist, we help them get meds, help them get stable. If somebody offered enough money, they sell that.
Yep.
So it's almost like you said, the most vulnerable people are the people that need they need advocates. They need people that have their backs, like y'all teaching these kids like us. We going to see these mental health patients, just to let them know, just to teach them, priorities. We try to teach them priorities. We try to teach them life skills and everything, because they don't really know much, and a dollar is everything to them. Money is everything, and I mean that's the American way. Money can make people do whatever you want them to do. It's a lot of people that say for $1 million, they'll do anything, which is really weird to me. I don't think money should be that powerful, but I like I said, to somebody who don't have anything, that's kind of tough to say. I've never been to the point where I had to do something I didn't want to do for some money, but I have seen, like I said, the population I work with, I see it a lot. So
yeah, that's crazy. I feel like go ahead, Nate.
Nah, to me, it's all about self-worth, bro. Like that's how you avoid, like you said, getting acquired by somebody. Once you know your actual self-worth, like especially on the money side of things, like I know everybody got to go out there and hustle sometimes, but it really be throwing me off. Like it's not a shot at nobody if you happen to be working this job as one of our listeners. But when I see people on the sign flipping, like on the corner flipping signs, bro, I'd be like, dang, like you really, really needed some bread, right? And that's like, it's not a degrading thing, but it's like, look at, really, to me, it's like, what our system makes people do for money. So it's like, we have to go out there and sometimes you really are sacrificing your pride, your self-worth. Like, I don't think nobody believe I'm just worth standing on the corner flipping this sign to come to T-Mobile. Like, that's not a realistic mindset. But sometimes you get reduced to that because of the pressure that the world put on you. So keep in mind, your pride, your self-worth is bigger than the dollar at the end of the day, right? But that dollar is important. So I think it's a little bit of balance to it, but you have to be willing to sometimes forego those things, right? I guess. And I don't know, that's probably easy for me to say because I ain't really been in that situation.
Yeah.
But what Carrie said earlier about this is how we come up with the terms of selling your soul is getting a little bit worth giving up so much that you can't respect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And that's why I say we need people, like for the population we're talking about, we need people to teach them self-worth, to teach them priorities, to teach them budgeting. You know what I'm saying? Because I know some people that I work with, some of my clients, they get the little Social Security, the $930 a month. In 2 days, it's gone. Because, like I said, like the $900 to them, that sounds like so much money that they think they can spend it on. They can just buy anything. But when we teach them, hey, we need to budget for rent, we need to budget for the cigarettes, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? They don't know that. So that's my thing. Like they need advocates, they need people teaching, they need mentors. Everybody does. So
yeah, they definitely need mentors because any tool without education is a tool for destruction. You know what I'm saying? And then I think that's what happens with money with us a lot of times. It's like if we don't know about how to use the money, if we don't have any money education, then we just go ahead and give it right back. But like the other side is acquisition talk, bro. I feel like I don't think it's bad to be acquired all the time though. I think there's certain situations like we're all employed by an employer. We've been acquired for a number, and with that number, we pay our bills. You know what I'm saying? And I think that in that situation, it's cool. Like it's cool if you agree to the terms of the acquisition, but just don't be getting acquired by everybody. And that's something that I'm big on right now in my life is I don't believe in having too many bosses. Like I'm good on having too many bosses. Like I think right now I'm at my max, and it's like if I have more, And to me, it's like now I have so many mission statements, so many people I'm up under that I can't keep that self-worth Nate's talking about. Like I feel like it kind of damages my self-worth. And I know me. Like I know what I can handle. I know my skill set. But I think it's also important that people know, like we were talking about earlier, we can close with this, just knowing your market share. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what you do and how that fits into capitalism. You know what I'm saying? How that fits into the economy. Like what are people paying for a mental health professional in your area? Are you getting shortchanged or are you killing it? You know what I'm saying? You should know. You know what I'm saying? What could you be doing on your own with a family business that with the skills you already have right now? And who's doing that? You know what I'm saying? Just doing that research and finding out will keep you out of positions where you're getting essentially pimped because people getting cheap labor off you. Like people just putting you on the streets and they getting whatever they want to get out of you. And the thing is if you don't know your own market value, I'll leave it at this. If you don't know your market share, somebody does. They acquire you, they buy you, and then they sell you for what you worth, but then they give you what you think you worth. And that's what's wild. That's wild. And it's like you gotta do research and find out like what is all of that I have inside of me worth for real? Like, and do work to build it up if you know it's low. That's why some people be getting, like the people with the signs, bro. I'm under the belief that if you throwing a sign in the air, you're either a high school student, you somebody that don't got a lot of education, maybe, somebody in a situation where you just don't know that you ain't got to be out there in that hot sun throwing that sun around, or you just really need some quick bread. That's how I'm looking at you, and you have not identified your skills that'll get you some money in your pocket, a lot quicker than that, and you ain't got to do all that work. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
And that's okay. I mean,
yeah, I agree with what you said too, though, about acquisitions not being a bad thing. Like there are definitely times where it's a very positive thing, and you have to accept reality that there are going to be entities that are bigger than you. So, like Spotify, we're worth a Joe Rogan deal. We'll be acquired for that. We'll take the 100 M's, right? Like that's realistic. So it's not like, oh, never get bought out or something like that. That's the dream. Like I got a partner right now. He worked for a company, and his boss and told him the whole goal is let's get this company sold so I can break everybody out, and we ain't got to work hard no more. All right. So
I feel the same way.
No, I feel you, dude. I feel you on the decreasing your bosses. I understand that because when you become your own boss, then you acquire people for what you think they're worth, and you pay them what you think they're worth. So because like you said, I can make this company millions, but I ain't getting broke off millions. So and they love me for what I do because it's like, man, you making me Jarrell is the top selling blah 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 in the region, but Jarrell only makes 70,000. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
It's crazy, bro. You look at the numbers. Like some people, they think they so smart too. Some people are so smart employees. They be knowing what they hitting on sales. They be like, I made the company, saying 500,000 in the last 6 months. I'm like, how much money you made?
50.
Did you even get a raise? Did you even get a
how much
raise?
money you made?
Did you get a raise, a bonus?
Did you get a bonus?
A vacation, a dinner, anything.
Man, they hit you a smack on the back. You're gonna do great for this company. You're gonna one day you're gonna be promoted.
You're gonna put my kids through college.
That's America. So
this is America.
So you better wake up. You know what I'm saying? And really just it's all about self-reflection. We always talk about that. Being a light. I mean, it's your light can be too bright for you. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta get real with yourself. So
Game 7. Some people can't handle Game 7.
Game 7, you're gonna have to hoop in Game 7. You're gonna have to. Like, what you gonna do? Like
Steph Curry. You got 50 on the board.
You be cooking
like the bean.
Yeah, them lights get hot for some people. But man, so what we leaving the people with, man, in closing?
Now you got a great philosopher.
I don't have a great philosophy today. Do I? I don't. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. Take care of yourself, man. Take care of you. Take care of your brain. Accept your emotions. Acknowledge your emotions, but don't sit in them. Move through
it.
Yeah.
Hey, learn, just to elaborate on what they said, learn your triggers, learn your coping strategies, talk to people. It's okay to talk to people. It's okay to have a psychiatrist. It's okay to have a counselor. Know what you need and get the help you need. So that's my big thing.
Yeah. Like, get the help. Get therapy. Let's all get therapists. I'm with that. I think we all need therapists.
A great philosopher once said, and I relate this to your mental health. Don't jump, move. Don't jump off the bridge. Move through your emotions. It's not the end of the world. You can move. You are not a tree. You can move.
Oh, jump, move. Real talk. Is that Luda?
Well, that was mystical on that part of the verse, but that was
that's the song with move.
yeah, that part. Well, hey, make sure y'all like, subscribe, leave a comment. We've been seeing y'all's comments. We appreciate y'all checking out, man. We had 75 new viewers last week. So shout out to all 75 of you. Oh, my bad, 72, excuse me, 72. 7 Deuce. He remembers. 7 Deuce. Shout out to all 72 viewers out there. Hold it down. We appreciate y'all for being here. We hope y'all keep coming back. So we keep giving y'all this light content, keep giving y'all this great energy. Hey man, Be Like Podcast. We out.
Go Philly Bulldogs.
Oh my God.